Few instructional and management strategies for differentiated mixed ability classrooms. This section of the deeper dive reading lists multiple instructional and management strategies that can be used to differentiate a group of diverse mixed ability students. In order to tap into each student's unique learning style, instruction and activities must be differentiated. One strategy in particular is compacting. Compacting involves a three-step process that first assesses what a student has mastered and what the student still needs to learn. After assessing, the second step involves making a plan to adjust instruction for what still needs to be mastered. After planning for essential instruction, it is time to plan for any extra, freed-up time that may be left. How can you challenge that student in the extra time allotted? Compacting is a strategy that I feel is made on a daily basis through differentiation. In order to help students succeed, we must find what works for the student and what does not, and why it does not. Another strategy is flexible grouping. Flexible grouping involves grouping students based on the match of the task to student readiness, interest, or learning style. By using this strategy, students are able to work with a wide variety of peers, work both independently and collaboratively, and are deferred from being labeled as simply advanced or struggling. An example that I have provided from one of my lesson plans does not include differentiation through this strategy. However, I believe that the activity would cover a wider range of learning abilities if students were separated into groups based on readiness, interest, or learning styles. The activity involves responding to the question, why do you think the character took those actions? What would you do differently? Initially, this activity was independent, but I think that by separating the students into small groups, the students would perform more efficiently. Perhaps if the students were separated into groups based on interest, their answers would be fairly similar, and group discussions and comparisons could be made to strengthen the students' knowledge of the topic. A third group discussed in the reading is interest centers or interest groups. This strategy provides enrichment for students who have demonstrated mastery of a specific subject or topic. Instead of having students sit around and wait for other students to finish, this strategy gives students a chance to conduct meaningful study when required assignments have been completed. These groups are differentiated by level of complexity and allow advanced learners more time for a challenging, in-depth study. The final strategy being discussed is tiered assignments. With a group of 25 to 30 students of different learning levels and learning abilities, some students will be more or less knowledgeable of topics. Tiered assignments provide students with the same activities at different complexity levels. This gives students the chance to build upon prior knowledge and prompts continued growth. Students who have mastered a specific subject should be challenged instead of working on the same skill over and over again. This strategy will give that student a chance to practice a different skill while allowing other students to continue to flourish at their own level and pace. In my phonics lesson plan, I plan to differentiate by using different board games for different student learning levels. Since some students are showing mastery of the skill, they will be presented with more challenging words that contain more syllables. These words will require a higher level of decoding skills, while other lower-level students will use words that pertain to their reading level. Differentiation should definitely be used in all classrooms. It is important. The end.